Ah! I'm so popular. Great, another country herd from there. Good afternoon, guys. It is a very cold and a very chilly day. Today, I think we're going to do a little time waster here. No walking today, guys. Too cold and too windy outside. We're in the shop here, just doing a little bit of cleanup after the hood installation. And I think you guys will look forward to seeing that video coming up in a couple days. Took a lot of editing. That was an hour worth of video, but it's very detailed in terms of, you know, if you ever go to do a job like that, it's one thing to buy a house where that stuff's already installed. It's another thing when you do a renovation and you've got to do it yourself. Anyway, let's call it computer day today because, well, let's go back in the house for a minute. Some stuff's going on in the computer world here. Did you say hi to everybody? Huh? Did you say hi? Oh. Let's go back inside a little bit. Let's talk about computers because we're kind of in the throes. Hello, Missy Jen. Hello. We're kind of in the throes of some computer issues, aren't we, honey? Right now, so they just seem to domino. The one big issue I had, and well, I'll just give you a tour. We got a lot of computing power on a rancho here, but most of it tends to be older because I've enjoyed, well, Jen likes to say, Rosie, that's a nice spin on just being a junk collector, you know, and Missy Jen's got a really nice Asus that she picked up. It's got the well, it's got the sound, what is that, the Bang & Olufsen, or which? Yeah, really nice sound system on that, and really a very nice computer. 8 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, it's equal to the Bose system.
All right, tough guy, you know, rub it in, right? So this Optiplex over here, this was probably $50 system that I rebuilt, and by and large it's been doing pretty well. The SX 760, and I've liked it, but I've worked the hell out of this thing because it processes all of my video gets processed on here, and of course I always back up everything now with the 2 terabyte drives, and you know, in case you wipe out on YouTube, you don't lose all of your videos. You still have all of your original source material. But for right now, yeah, you can see I'm doing processing a metal detecting video right now. And the big issue I had, surprisingly, I mean, I've done a lot of video with the 720 and 60 frame per second with the GoPro like I'm using right now, but for some reason, well, the files were big. This was a half hour of you know, 26 minutes of metal detecting. It was a good outing. You know, scored some well, we'll let you see the video coming up, but this only has like 4 gigs of RAM, of which 3 is usable. It's got a nice processor, but it probably takes twice as long as Missy Jen's to process. But it's been good. It's been a good computer. I don't really mind the time, even though we do a lot of video here and we put up a lot of video and we tried to do a little bit of editing. I had the Corel software and I took that. That was crap, and I sent that back, uninstalled that, and sent that back. Thank God I got that from Amazon. But yesterday I went to Sunday I went to start putting together the video for the metal detecting, and it was probably going to be about 2.5, 3 gigs altogether because we're trying to do stuff in high definition. And I'm even starting to do stuff in 4.7, you know, the 4K kind of crap, 2.7 and 4K. This can't handle that, you know. It just collapsed the system. But yesterday, Sunday, this computer started to fail on putting together low high definition, the 720p 60 frame per second. Every time I would get all the videos loaded and start to work on them, the computer would crash. And you know, that's kind of a signal you've got problems. So there's going to be some changes made now. The other computing, well, I've already talked about Jen's. I have a T60 Lenovo laptop that usually sits over there, but I've got that out in the Shine Shack or in the workshop now. But this is the other computer that I use for the morning chooch over here. And as you know, I use the turn on the Sherwood here and run the sound out of the speakers. But when we're sitting in here watching dinner, we're having our this is our computer. It's an HP. It's a small form factor computer. I don't know what it is, HP 6000 or something like that. It's a small form factor, and what it does is we'll run the feed, our audio feed, into this little lapel amplifier on the back of the table here, and then we'll output that to these jacks down here. As you can see, the two RCA jacks, and what that actually does is take that up to these Bose cubes, these jewels, and it really gives a beautiful stereo sound in the kitchen. Well, I've been having this problem, you know, if I'm doing a morning chooch and it's 5:30 a.m., the last thing I want to happen is that, like this morning, 39 seconds Missy Jen into the chooch, and what happens? The doggone sound cuts off. You know, and it was a really funny thing. You know, this guy in Texas, what he wrote me and stuff, and well, you know, cannot have faulty equipment, right? I mean, we've got to have good stuff. So here's what I'm going to do. Well, you're talking your head off, my head off today, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this computer that's in our master bedroom now, and stick it into here, over here, behind here, and take the other one and probably sell that. And I've bought a really nice Lenovo desktop unit with.
Hold on a second. That's better.
What, I got
Not
lips?
quite.
You guys live for these moments. So, Mr.
That's
Turner.
better. Well then, Mr. Turner, what will it be? Will you serve
It's
100
life
years
on the
before
rancho. Anyway, it's just another day for Missy Den batting cleanup around here. But I can't have morning chooches go like that, so I bought a Lenovo desktop with a 3 gigahertz processor, and I think it has 12 gigs of RAM. Think about that, 12 gigs of RAM on that thing. So we're gonna be blazing around here. So might as well finish the job. Thanks for the wipe up, honey. You wanna feed me my oatmeal later?
It's cooking in the
There we
microwave,
go,
so
thank you. You know, and just get my drool bib
it's
on.
your, that's right, the rosy drool bit.
Yeah, the rosy drool bib. Son of a bitch. All right. Yeah, you too. I hear you. That's some of the inside computing we have there, and there's a couple that are in drawers, and then we come out here to the Shine Shack, and it's a pretty simple setup here, and this is where I usually will do hangouts. I'm gonna click on the heater because I'm gonna be in here tonight, and it's chilly today. And over here, this is a really nice little computer, and I love the Lenovo. This is the X200, and it really does a really nice job We're all hardwired coming out of the house. Every port is hardwired. We have, well, I guess we have about 8 nodes all over the property here. So this computer does really well. And instead of using this little screen, I run it up to the Magnavox TV when I sit here, and here's the webcam. Here's a computer I rebuilt, the Optiplex GX620 that I'd like to sell. That's working real good now, but it's no powerhouse, you know, and it's just doesn't have the RAM capability, and it just struggles to look at video and stuff like that. So then we go into the shop, which is really our last point. George, you're all worked up today, aren't you? Huh? This place is coming along pretty good over here. They did end up taking all that wood and stone off the fence, which was good because that fence was going to go over. Those of you who saw last week, that fence was pitched in there. And over here in the shop, I'm also hardwired. There's the Ethernet connection there. And I was trying to use this Lenovo T60, but this one isn't powerful enough either. So this is gonna be sold, and this will be the computer in here. This what is this? The X61S, and this does pretty well. So I want to show you one more thing. Some people asked me about working on radios and stuff. How do you find out your schematics and your layouts and all that? It's just not willy-nilly. So I'll go inside and grab something nice that I really enjoy using, and it's a really good reference source. It was available at the time for radio and TV repair shops, and it's things called Sam's Photo Facts. Let me grab them over here. This is like my library for reading at night. Yeah, elements of radio and tube theory and all that. So I'll show you this thing. We'll take this out to the shop. And these are really nice. They're called Sam's Photo Fact folders, and you can order these. And you know, I have an account set up because I'm in the repair business. And this is like set 463 and folder 10, and these things go all the way back to the 1920s. And what's nice about these, let me close the door here. Whew, put the heater on. This is a lifesaver here. That and this intercom here for communicating in the house. But just to show you these Sam's Photo Facts, they tell you. Remember, I told you guys I busted off the dowel string about the second I touched it. That came off. But I got some new I've had dowel cord. I got some more dowel cord around here. But that tells you how to string the dowel cord around the pulleys down there, which is really nice. It tells you where to put 2 turns on something, and really useful stuff. So can get this thing chooching good. This just cost me a couple dollars. So this Packard Bell that we're working on here, the model 7R2 I have, it's the same as this is the 7R3, which is a little fancier. But you can see it inside. It shows you photo layout where all the different capacitors and all your intermediate frequency coils and things are, and transformers, and it's nice. But more importantly, I mean, a photo is one thing, but having this big beautiful schematic here really makes all the difference in the world, because it gives you point, like coming off of this FM this tube here, this radio frequency amp tube here, you can measure like 85 volts off of the plate, and you know, it's really good to know what the B plus voltage is for the grid. And I mean, it's really great how the switching for AM, where's that, from AM to FM, you can see that here. And the output from the speakers, the power system here where it's plugged in up here, and then it comes into the control switch on right here, and then runs into big resistor, and then a big power resistor here. And well, really good stuff, because it tells me the values of it also puts a parts list together here, all the parts list, the various capacitors, the electrolytic capacitors, the coils, the rectifiers, the resistors, all that stuff. So if you can read a schematic, then it's really nice. It tells you the values, like a 1100 ohm resistor here, and 1000 ohm big 5 watt, or 100 ohms. So when you're in here and you see like this area got barbecued, and this is really our this is really where our output and our volume, being able to boost up the signal, yeah, something real catastrophic happening there. So even though I can't really read the value on some of these resistors because they had a weenie roast in here, I can still check them on here and the continuity and all that. So it's really a wonderful thing to have. And this company's been around forever, and they may not be in business, but people bought the reprint rights, and all this original stuff is still out there. So it's really nice to have. And this, in the old days when you dropped off your set, the repairman, TV or radio repairman, would subscribe to this service, and he would have, every time new models were introduced, he'd receive the next set for like the next year or next quarter. That way, if somebody brought in a Packard Bell unit to be worked on, he didn't have to fumble around and screw around trying to understand the layout of it, even though these all tend to be the same. You could just see, well, there's our FM signal coming in to our FM radio frequency amplifier, then it comes out to our FM mixer and into the oscillator, and at the AM side, you know, tells you the frequency that this coil's set to, and oscillator. So it's really a great and useful thing. Anyway, I hope you found this kind of interesting today, a little bit about our computer issues here. So I'm going to be processing video much faster, therefore I can once again bump it up in quality, which will be a good thing. So yeah, keep your fingers crossed. As much as our computers are on here, it's they take a beating, and there's a lot of wear and tear. Anyway, guys, thanks for being along today on our Tuesday time waster. Stay warm.